Hello guys, good morning and welcome back once again. So in this particular tutorial, we are going to talk about female trouser. Now this video is going to explain to you in detail how to calculate female crotch and the nature of trousers you need to consider while calculating your crotch. Now, before we go into the cutting proper, I want us to note one important thing. On female trouser, they have formulas which you can use to get their crotch. And these formulas are pertaining to the nature of the trouser. Now, the number one formula you can use to get your crotch is simply by measurement. And also bear in mind that female has two types of trouser. One, the regular waist trouser, the one that laps on the waist, and the high waist trouser, the one that gets to the navel or to the stomach region, is called the high waist trouser. The crotch measurements for these two types of trousers are not the same. How do I mean? For example, if a client, let's say a hips of 40, brought two different fabrics and she asks you to make one of it to be a regular waist trouser and the second one to be a high waist trouser. So the formula states that it is either you measure the crotch from the normal waist to get your regular waist crotch depth, or you measure the crotch from the high waist point to get the crotch depth of the high waist trouser. So this simply means that you can either measure the crotch both for regular waist and high waist trouser. So the number one formula of measurement works for both high waist or regular waist trouser. You measure accordingly. So if you want to see how to measure, you can comment, show us the video of measurements of the crotch of a lady, then I will make a video for it, right? Now the number two method you can use to get the crotch of a lady is by you divide your client's hips by 4 and subtract 1. That's hips over 4 minus 1 gives you a standard formula for the crotch of your client. Now, for the high waist trouser, you can as well divide the hip by 4 and then you are going to add extra either 2 inches, 2.5, 3 inches, 3.5, 4 inches, and so on and so forth. The inch you are adding is subject to how high the trouser is. Are we together? So if you understand these things I'm saying, kindly comment we perfectly understand you, so that I will know if I will make new video to explain further. So what I just meant in writing is for a regular, let me bring my marker. For a regular waist trouser, for a regular waist, the formula is hips over 4 minus 1. This is the formula for a regular waist trouser. That's the trouser that laps on the real waist region, not high waist, not low waist. Then for high waist, you have hips divided by 4 plus 2 to 5 inches. That this is 2, not minus, right? Hips over 4 plus 2, or 2.5, or 3, 3.5, 4, 4 4 inches, 4.5, 5. Now, these values are dependent on the person's height and how high it is. If you happen to meet a lady that is of small nature in size, you can add extra 2 inches, 2.5, it will be okay. The hip range of 41, 42 downwards, 2 inches, 2.5, might be okay for them. But a hip range of 46, 47, 48, you will add extra 3, 3.5 or 4. Hip range of 50 and above, you can add 5 inches extra, because the bigger the hip, the longer the crotch, in order to cover the buttocks region. So I don't know if this video is going to be bulky for you. I don't know if it's going to be too long, but I'm trying to explain in detail. This is the only way I know I can explain. I cannot cut the video short just to make it to be snappy. I need time to explain so that you understand in details, right? So having said this now, let us now get to the cutting proper.